I think that starts to work pretty good. Nice high contrast. I'm going to extend my trees down just a little bit. I'm going to get a little more area here. So I'm going to take that line and just take my white. There we go. Just kind of wipe this away. Yeah, I'll have more kind of like down this, lower it down here a little bit. So then I'm going to try, I mix up a little bit of black, blue, and purple. So it's a nice, sort of a nice cool, and a lot of water, so I can always go darker. But let's see if I can put the shadow in. So I'm going to start to, so if I look at like this shadow, let's start with one closest here. So we'll go up a little bit like this. Maybe just a little bit like that, but it's going to come down. Sort of, and one thing nice about the snow, when you're putting shadows in, you kind of make the form of what you think the land is doing. If that makes sense. In other words, if I want this hill, then I'm going to have to, the shadow will go down on the hill. See, like that. I'll put a little bit in here, like this. Okay, so that's the shadow coming in through here. Okay, and then there's a shadow coming off this tree. Ends there. And there's a little shadow back here, some other trees. See, so yeah, maybe a little bit of a shadow through here. See, so you're not even touching the white paper. You're literally putting in the shadow. This is going to have a shadow to it here from that tree. I'm going to extend down the bark just a little bit. And maybe a little bit, some line in there like this. And then so we got this. This gets hidden by a little bit of a, and again, I'm using just that tip to get a very nice fine line. Put a little bit of a, and then we got some nice shadows back in here. Just crawls up like this a little bit. There you go. I'm just adding just a little bit of pure water down here, a little bit of that blue water. I may add a little more blue. The idea is to leave just a very faint, again, this is just the blue water itself, kind of getting that nice, but you don't touch. I'm gonna add a little bit of blue. So there's a little bit of shadow at the base. There we go, at the base of the tree. It stops at the tree, obviously. Okay, let's see if that, see how kind of nice little arc here, little mounds of things. Let's see. this. Kind of almost like how we did our waves and our clouds. Shadow does this. Maybe just let it lean up just a little bit like that. Yeah, so it's the darkest. It goes light to dark up against the edge of the white where the sun hits this part. So, and we can even maybe take the dryer. Okay, I like how it's working this way. A little too even all the way through. Notice in our picture, it's really darker here. That gives us a nice focus. So I want to get more, and this tree's thicker, so I want to get a little more focus here. So I'm going to go back in and a little more, like that, maybe a little more purple and black. Let's see here. In areas like up against this tree here. There we go. A little darker. Just in this area through here, just make it a little bit darker. Leave that alone, leave that nice and light up there. And just a little bit. Yeah, I like that. It's a little darker right here, a little more focus right here, a little more detail. And we'll let that, yeah, I think that's good. I think that's the last of the sort of the major areas. We got the sky, got the mountains. We've let this patch of white behind it, maybe a lake or something, that just stays white. We've let a lot of white come through. This is just, we're just putting the shadow down the trees. And then we'll come in with a little bit more detail around the bark and some of these long strands of what is it, reeds or whatever you start here. Okay, so well, at this point we'll let it, again, let that dry. So when we start putting in some of the details, we don't get mixed up with the already wet surface. Okay.